The political earthquake is no longer a threat, it's already rumbling beneath our feet. While Westminster veterans cling to hollow slogans and reheated promises, Nigel Farage and Reform UK are rewriting the rules of engagement. The political establishment, bloated by complacency and dulled by self-preservation, has underestimated Farage before. They do so again at their peril. The man they love to mock, cast as a fringe agitator, a populist loudmouth, is now leading the most potent political insurgency Britain has seen in decades. The question is no longer whether Farage belongs in mainstream politics. He is the mainstream of a country furious with failure. It's easy to sneer at Reform UK from within the comfort of the traditional party machines. Labour might have swept to power in 2024, but the euphoria faded in record time. Voters aren't patient anymore. They don't want to wait 5 years for change, they demand it now. And Farage, with all his unpolished charisma and unapologetic clarity, offers exactly that, change, distilled to its rawest form. His appeal is not ideological, it's emotional. He channels national frustration, not party manifestos. That terrifies the political class, but it resonates viscerally with millions. Let's dispense with the polite fiction that Farage is a minor player. Reform secured over 4 million votes in 2024, without the infrastructure, funding, or media backing of the legacy parties. That's not a protest, that's momentum. And momentum, in politics, is gold. No other political leader commands such loyalty while so brazenly torching the rulebook. It's why the Conservative collapse was as much about Farage as it was about Labour. He stole not just votes, but oxygen. The argument that Farage is too divisive is not only tired, it's cowardly. Politics is inherently divisive. You cannot shift power without ruffling feathers. And Farage doesn't ruffle, he tears through the fabric of polite political pretense. He doesn't tiptoe around immigration, national identity, or sovereignty. He grabs the issues that career politicians are too frightened to touch, and he says what millions are thinking. The British public is tired of being patronized, tired of being told what's acceptable to think. Farage dares to reject those boundaries. That's not dangerous, it's democratic. Of course, critics point to his ties with Trump, as if guilt by association is still a compelling line of attack. But this isn't America, and British voters aren't idiots. They are perfectly capable of distinguishing between shared values and blind allegiance. The truth is, voters aren't bothered by Farage's style, they are bothered by the status quo. They don't care about who he's photographed with in Florida. They care that their towns are crumbling, that the NHS is collapsing, that mass immigration feels unmanaged, and that politicians in London are too scared to say it out loud. The real problem for Farage is not his image, it's his isolation. Reform UK cannot govern as a one-man show. If Farage is serious about power, he must build a credible government in waiting. One man cannot reform Whitehall, renegotiate treaties, slash taxes, rebuild infrastructure, and reverse decades of decay. Voters might love a maverick, but they won't hand the keys to a party with no bench strength. Farage must surround himself with competent, ideologically aligned figures capable of translating his vision into policy. If reform remains a vehicle for one personality, it will crash before it ever reaches Downing Street. This isn't a matter of softening or moderating. Farage should not become more like them to win respectability. That would be political suicide. But he must be strategic. The public wants clarity and capability. They want someone who can speak truth to power, and then wield power competently once it's theirs. The collapse of UKIP after the referendum was not inevitable. It was a failure of leadership depth and operational discipline. If Farage repeats that mistake with reform, he will betray the very revolution he claims to lead. Some will argue that Farage can't unify the country, that he's inherently a divisive figure in a post-Brexit Britain desperate for peace. But this is a fantasy. There is no unifying figure in British politics. No one is beloved across the spectrum. The country is divided because it has been mismanaged for years. Unity will not come from platitudes, it will come from results. If Farage can deliver results, the divisions will matter less. If he fails, he will be discarded like every other failed politician before him. But the assumption that the nation demands soft centrism is pure fiction. The electorate wants effectiveness. They're just no longer convinced the establishment can provide it. Nigel Farage will never be universally liked. Nor should he be. But politics is not a popularity contest, it's a battle for direction. And right now, Farage is the only leader offering one. If he learns to share the stage without diluting his message, he could become the most consequential political figure in modern British history. The road to number 10 is steep. But for the first time, it is not impossible. And for the establishment, that should be the most terrifying thought of all.